Welcome back everybody. Adventure number 3, here we go. Hoping for rain this time. I did promise you all a thunderstorm. The weather says there's going to be a thunderstorm, but whether that happens is a different story, because you can never trust the weather, man. I'm out here at my secret location, just about to start on the trail. I'll bring you back and update you as and when I can. Well, so far the weather's looking dry. It's a little bit cloudy, but fingers crossed for this rain tonight. I'll give you a little idea of where I'm walking. Flip the camera around. Some luscious green woodland, the way we like it. Plenty of options, places to go. I'm gonna carry on this little hike. I'll bring you back when I'm a little further up the hill. Such a lovely day today. I don't think there's going to be any storms, I'm not going to lie. I know I promised you all a storm, but there's only so much I can do to control Mother Nature. It's just good to be out, get some fresh air. I've got a few nice things to eat tonight. I'll show you them later. Hopefully my special little camping spot is available. If not, we've got another option, or 2 other options. So I'm sure we'll find somewhere good to go. So yeah, this is adventure number 3. I've noticed that my subscribers to the channel are growing quite fast, so I appreciate everyone who's watching, subscribing, liking, commenting. It really means a lot, helps the channel grow. So if you do come across this video and enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe. It only helps the channel, helps get me out there. And for those that don't know, this channel is mostly dedicated to my little boy Levi. So if you're out there watching Levi, Daddy loves you so much. Always thinking about you. Oh, this is a tough climb. We're almost halfway up. If there's anyone out there that enjoys camping and keeps making excuses, stop making excuses and get out. Go and enjoy the fresh air. So I've made it to the halfway point. This is the view so far, for those that have not seen it before. I'm sweating a lot, but there's no stopping now. Gotta keep going. As I was saying before, if you're one of them people that enjoy camping but keep making excuses like you can't go, just get up and go. You'll love it. Honestly, you don't need that much equipment. You don't need to go and spend an arm and a leg. As I always say in my videos, cheap and cheerful is the way. just being outside, enjoying the nature. Apart from this bee that's flying around my head, driving me nuts. Oh, attacking me. I'll flip you around and show you where I'm at so far. So I'm just stopping to take a little water break right now. As far as the weather goes, it's like 27 degrees today. For those that don't know, I'm from Manchester myself. This is not Manchester, this is Glossop. But that's as far as I'm willing to go in telling you the location. Because I came up here not long ago for my last trip, adventure number 2. And a couple of people had taken my secret little camping spot. It's not that secret, but you know, me and my dad set it up when I was a kid. And it seems ever since we set up that location, it gets used by everybody, but obviously it's not on the map, it's not something you can Google and find. You just have to come across it if you know where it is. But I love getting back out. Something I've been doing since I was a kid. Like, I thoroughly enjoy it. I generally always come camping on my own as well, solo camping. It's hard to find people that enjoy it as much as myself. Flies everywhere, driving me crazy. I do have some deep cream with me today. I sprayed myself down with some permethrin, so hopefully there's no ticks going to attack me, and hopefully the deep cream, I've not actually tried this deep cream against the midges yet. I think it's only 20% strength, so we'll see how much how effective it is. It's just good to be out. I really do hope there's that thunderstorm that I was saying about. I keep banging on about it, but brought my tarp with me as well, just in case. I'll show you some of my equipment later. Honestly, I think the thing with camping that people overlook, it's not the expense of it, because it's not that expensive. You can do it on a budget. It's all the little things that you need to bring, like the tent, the sleeping bag, a pillow. You know, that's your main thing. That's the basic main things that you need. But then the other luxuries that make it comfortable, cooking equipment, your food, your bottles of water. I'd say water is probably the worst. I've got like 3 litres in my bag, which equates to about 3 kilos, about 6 pounds if you're an American subscriber. Plus my little litre bottle I've got here. It all adds up. But I'll lay out some of the stuff I've got later and show you. It's just like all the little things. This can be quite annoying to pack, and I know there's probably things that I forgot. No matter how many times you come camping, you always forget something. Always. It's like sod's law. Well, that was a much needed drink. Bottle's empty. Back on the trail. The whole point of me getting out early today as well. It's about 3 o'clock when I set off on the trip. Probably about 3:45 now. One of the things with filming, it does add a lot of time onto your trip. But if it does rain tonight, I thought I'd collect the wood while it's dry. Gives me a couple of hours before the rain's due to kick in. Then I can get it under the tarp, keep it dry. And I've got plenty of good supply for the evening. I've also got a little stash that I hid last time I came up in my last adventure. I've also brought, for you Levi, for my little boy, I brought another one of your favourite storybooks out, so we can read that together later tonight. I'm sure there's a lot of people watching that are not interested, but this channel is dedicated to my son. I want to see what he's missing out on and what his dad gets up to. It's been almost 6 months now since I've seen your little man. hardest 6 months of my life. It's these trips, getting out, are the only way to keep myself sane, honestly. It's hard to keep the emotion in sometimes, but I'm doing my best to stay strong, show my little man that I can be strong for him. We're not too far from location number 1 now. Let's see how lucky I get and whether or not my little spot's still there. I've actually got myself a new little microphone tonight that I want to try out. It's only cheap, but I'm hoping it makes the sound quality a little better when I'm slid away from the camera. Right, let's go and have a nosy, see if there's anyone down here. It's a miracle there's nobody here. Right, I know it doesn't look it on the camera, but it's quite a ways down. It's almost too difficult to get down this side, so what we're gonna have to do is walk around this way over to the other side and climb down. So let's go do that now. It's a really beautiful piece of woodland. Some really cool trees. There's a few deer, some rabbits, birds. Not much else really, to be honest, not that I've ever seen. So this is where we've got to go. I don't even know if you can see that far down there. Someone's left a bag of rubbish, so we'll see what we can do with that when we get down there. But let me get the phone down and start climbing. Wish me luck. pretty much made it to the bottom. I've come from up there and all the way around. Seems like someone's built themselves a little hut, little hideout, but they've also left some camping equipment. Tent torn up, floor, pretty bad really. But should we go inside and have a look? It's not a bad little attempt, to be honest. Whoever's built it. And if you was in like serious conditions and you had to get out the rain quick, you could just easily throw your tarp over the top of this and be alright. It's a bit disappointing that someone's left so much equipment lying around. There's a tent here, it's been discarded, a bag of rubbish down by the fire pit. Pretty depressing, but I'll see what I can do about it. At least tidy it up a little bit before I leave. And if worst comes to the worst, I can always pinch a bit of this wood for the fire. Saves me having to search around the woods for hours. The least I can do for taking the equipment away and discarding it. But yeah, let me get out of this little hideout and I'll take you down to the fire pit where I'm going to set up camp. I really don't think I'm going to need the tarp now, to be honest. If you like, the promise of rain is just kind of disappointing, but at least we're out. Another adventure number 3. Why not? Well, I may have spoke too soon. Let's get down to this campsite. I feel a sudden drop in temperature, so we could have rain after all. Let's get down here. Try not to kill myself on the way. Well, we're here. My secret location has not been taken. It has been used, but it hasn't been taken. Little fire pit. Someone's had a few beers. It's my view for this evening. So, first things first, I need to get this bag off my back and then have a clean up of the floor, tidy up, move some rocks and twigs out of the way, get my ground sheet down and then take it from there. So I'll bring you back shortly and update you then. Put this bottle down. Suddenly gone quiet. The temperature's dropped. You never know, we could be in for some rain after all. Let me get this bag off my back. Oh, I'm sweating. It's the worst thing you want to do when you're on a hike. Sweat. But luckily, it's quite a warm day. So hopefully sweat should dry off. We'll get a campfire going. It'll be alright. Well, people, I've only just put my bag down. Now I can hear the rain. So ASAP needs to get this tent set up. I'll bring you along on the journey. promised. It's now officially raining. Time to get this gear out the bag. As always, terribly packed. But not to bother. Right. Ground sheet. Tent. Tent poles. A chair. Right, first things first, clear up some of this debris. Oh, I can feel that rain. Excuse me for my my trousers keep falling down. The string fell out of my joggers, so you know, make do with what you got. If anyone knows anything about my channel, it's all about doing things on a budget, cheap and cheerful. I try not to promote any brands. Just the basic essentials is all you need. Should do for the floor. Oh, it's coming down harder. Suggest we get this tent set up sooner rather than later. You've all seen this tent before. Good old Faithful, as I call her. She's back again. Now, I will admit, she's 5 years old. She's never been re-waterproofed, so it's highly likely that she could leak. Well, that rain is coming down now. Need to get these poles in. Only 2 poles for this tent. Longer at the front, shorter at the back. Some branches falling out the trees. Hopefully they don't crush me in my sleep. Oh, I can feel that rain. This is what we wanted. I was hoping for some rain for you all, and now we've got it. Let's not complain. If you remember in my last video, I forgot to bring a jacket, a jumper. I was attacked by midges and I was in a pair of shorts and t-shirt. This time I'm a bit more prepared. Got a hoodie, jacket, gloves. Fortunately this tent pitches with the inner already attached, so it shouldn't get wet. I will though. Fortunately this tent pitches nice and quick. pitch is nice and quick when you have everything in the right place. One side done. It's not a freestanding tent. Yeah, so this is not a freestanding tent. You do have to peg it up to hold it together. That's not a problem. Get the pegs out the bag. Oh, the pegs are over here. 4 pegs is all it takes. Really easy. So just do a quick basic setup. Get the shape of it sorted out. Get the rain off the fly. Doesn't have to be perfect right now, as long as it's up. Excuse the buttock shot. I think I might adjust the angle slightly. It's a little bit better. That way we get a nice view of the fire when we're in bed. Good old rock. If you remember last time, I forgot to peg these in. I was in such a rush. Not this time. Another trick as well with your ground sheet is to make sure that you roll the ground sheet underneath your tent. Otherwise you end up with a big pool of water underneath your tent, which is not something you want. Next most important thing, get all your gear out the rain. Especially your clothes. What I did bring this time is my tarp, so it should be alright. Well, I'm back. It's still raining. I didn't get a chance to show you me setting everything up because the rain's too heavy. I don't really have a protection cover for the phone. But I'll flip the camera around and show you what I've mocked up really quick. So you see I've got my little tarp strung up to some trees, slightly protecting my tent. It should give me some decent cover, somewhere to sit underneath once I get this this fire lit over here. But I'll bring you inside with me while I set everything up. Well, I'm underneath my shelter. First thing I need to do is get these doors out of the way. Excuse the arse shots again. Just hop inside and prepare the floor. Cover this saw back up. Get sleeping bag out. Saves so much space. Sleeping bag, you've seen it before, it's my 3-season. More than enough for tonight. Like I said, I don't really want to promoting brands and stuff. It's not what I'm here for. But too many channels out there do that already, so if you want to know about gear and what to buy and what to purchase, or find links, there's plenty of channels out there that you can go find. My channel is more about just enjoying the adventure and showing that it's easy and anyone can do it. I don't use a camping mat, a camping bed or a sleeping pad. Just got my foil mat. It keeps me more than warm enough. Set up this chair. I'm sure you've all seen this chair before. If you haven't, then now you have. Really small, really light. I think it weighs about 900 grams. Dead simple to set up. It looks complicated. Looks like some octopus legs, some spider's legs, but no, it goes together really simple. There you have it. There's the back cover. Oh, the seat, sorry. I like to go corner to corner, so start on the top. Oh. Bottom corner. Top corner. There we go. Chair for the evening. Well guys, girls, that's me finally set up. The rain's coming down quite strong. It's not a thunderstorm, but it's heavy enough. Got a tiny little bit of pooling, but nothing that I can't fix with a flick. So yeah, good to go really. Oh, it just feels nice to be settled down for 5 minutes and rest. Bed's all set up, pillows blown up. One thing I would suggest to myself for future reference is possibly buy a bigger tarp. I think the one I've got here is 2x2, 2 meters by 2 meters. And it's just not quite big enough really. So yeah, that'll be my next investment, I think. Go up to possibly a 4 meters by 4 meters tarp. That way I can give myself a nice big awning, big space to sit out and relax in. Because in a perfect world, I think I'd probably have the tarp slightly over the fire. I mean, the rain's not that strong that it should put a fire out once it gets going. But it's getting it going is the problem. But we'll start that soon. I need to go collect some wood. Sort some firewood out. But it's still early, I think, and I've not even checked the time. If I had to guess, I'd say it's about 6, 7 o'clock. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh, you can hear it coming down now. Coming camping, light colours, probably not the best idea, but just some old clothes, so it doesn't really matter. Well, as you can see people, I'm a little bit wet, but it was worth it. I'm so glad to be out tonight. I promised you all a rainy, wet adventure. This is what you got. One thing I can say that I found hilarious, like I say, I always say you forget something when you go camping. I remember taking a t-shirt out my bag, a spare one, but now I also remember I didn't put it back into the bag. So, wet clothes. Hopefully I can get this fire going tonight and dry some stuff out. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go and collect some wood, sort some wood, collect the wood and try and get it under this tarp for later. Keep it nice and dry. But I don't think the rain will stay all night. It'll probably stop for a couple of hours and then pick up again sometime in the morning. So for now people, I'll leave you to it. I'll go collect my firewood and then I'll bring you back as and when I can. So, I've just been collecting some wood and I do remember that I left some spare wood in the last spot that I was camping at, and fortunately for me some people have left a carrier bag. So what I'm going to do is empty what's in that carrier bag, go for a walk, a little adventure up through the woods and see if the wood that I left is still there, because if it is, that's going to save me a lot of time cutting wood. So let's go see what we can find. Don't know if you can all see this rain. It's coming down pretty hard though. Let's do this. Let's go on a little adventure and see if we can find some wood. This is the bag that the guys left last time, so I'll make use of it. There was a sleeping bag wrapped up inside it, but it's soaking wet anyway, so it's not like I'm doing any damage to it by leaving it where I found it. I'm curious to know if the wood is still there though, because if it is, I mean there was at least, I'd say an hour and a half, 2 hours worth of wood. Nice little pile. Hopefully it should fit into this bag. The view behind me. So yeah, the temperature's definitely dropped now. I'd say it's probably around 16 degrees, but still fairly warm. So it could be a humid night tonight. One leg in, one leg out of the sleeping bag, I think. I was telling you all earlier about all the little things that you need for a camping trip that you kind of forget about. So for example, I've got 2 head torches, my camping pillow, I've got a cook pot, and I've got a mess tin. I've got a fork. I did forget my spoon. I've got a cup. What else have I got? My gas bottle for the gas stove. Oh yeah, the gas stove as well. What else? My gloves. I got a pair of rain pants. I brought out the dreadful crappy tripod from the last video. I've still not had the funds to upgrade to a new one yet, but I do have one saved in my basket on Amazon, so hopefully by the time we go on the next trip I'll have a new tripod and a new tarp, fingers crossed. I just had one of my mates or one of my friends message me asking me where I am. I was like, I'm out in the woods. They're like, are you crazy? It's soaking, it's raining. I was like, yep, I love it. Honestly, it's really nice and relaxing, especially when you're go to sleep at night and you hear the rain tapping off your tent. It's really soothing and therapeutic. Well, I find it to be. I don't know about everybody else. Oh, this is one steep climb. I didn't realise how far away I was camping last time from my standard spot. I say that, but I don't even know if I'm going to be able to find it, if I'm honest with you. It was sort of a lucky find, so we'll see if I can find it again. I'm just trying to keep an eye out for any way that it could be, really. I mean, I'll show you where I'm going. So as we look around, I'm looking for some sort of opening to go over this way. That's where I was camping last time. There's like an opening with a big tree right in the middle, and that's where I've stashed all the wood underneath. Oh, wait a minute, there's a trail here. This could be promising. Oh, I can see it, I think. I found the tree. Oh, wait a minute. I think all my wood's gone. Someone's had away with my stash. Ah, dagnammit. They really have as well. Anyone who watched the last camping video, adventure number 2, should remember this spot. Yeah, someone's been here and used up all the wood supplies, and then they've actually moved all the rocks as well. But it was right there, where I left all the wood. Oh well, it's not a big deal. There's plenty of wood. Let's go back the way we came and chop up some firewood. I'm going to take this branch here with me, because this will be good to start the fire with. Definitely dead wood. Oh, sorry about the camera, people. I'm no professional filmer. Doing my best for you all though. I'm definitely hoping that the quality of this video is improved compared to the last one. So I do want to get them a bit more professional for you all, so you don't feel like you're just watching some janky videos. Because there's nothing worse, is there? We need top quality footage, don't we, guys and girls? But I brought my trusted saw out. Oh, there's another thing for the little things to remember. My saw. Honestly, I love this saw though. It's not small, it's not foldable, it's not easily packable in the bag, but it is a bloody good saw. Cuts through thick logs like nobody's business. I still don't actually know what the time is, so when I come back shortly, I'll update you on the time. But yeah, we have another storybook to read tonight for my son Levi. Like I was saying earlier, if you're watching Levi, obviously when you're older, because you won't be watching right now, it's your favourite storybook. When we used to live together, this is the book that I used to read you every day. Also the book that they used to read in school. Dear Zoo is the name, if any parents out there are watching that might have read the book. I wasn't allowed to see him on his first birthday, so I have a load of presents that he's not seen. But seeing as he's getting older now, I feel like there's no point leaving them wrapped up, because by the time he ever does get to see them, he's going to be so grown up. They'll probably be useful for his kids, never mind him. So he'll be 16 months next month. His birthday was the 25th of March. So we'll unwrap one of the books that I'd previously wrapped up for you, Levi, and we can read it together. It's one thing I always want my son to know, is that I've never stopped fighting to see him. I've never stopped thinking about him. Every day, he's always on my mind. Every night. I mean, since I've seen you last, like I say, it's been about 6 months now. I've been suffering with really bad insomnia. Because I think as every parent knows or can imagine what it'd be like to be so distant from your child and not be able to see him. It's not a nice feeling. Not at all. But it's views like this, getting out and about, being back in nature, that help me take my mind off things. Let me flip the camera around so you're not talking to trees. Ah, wobbly camera. Extend that out a little bit. Sorry for the quality, guys. I'm doing my best. I was saying earlier as well, my subscribers have gone up really crazily over the last couple of weeks. So I really appreciate it. Everyone who's watching, everyone who's subscribed, give me a like, sent me a message. I've had a lot of messages as well. It's quite motivating, if I'm honest with you. I mean, I've even had donations towards my son, because like I've said, any money that I make from this channel, any donations or anything that I get, is purely all going into my son's savings account to try and give him a better start in life, a start that I never had. So all I can do is do my best and hope that these videos can contribute even just a small amount to your future. Oh, I just found another stash of wood that I can see. And it looks like it's under some trees, so it might be quite dry. I'll see if you can see it behind me. Yeah, just some logs up against the tree. Take that when I get a chance, if I need it. But I'm going to get back to the campsite, get my saw out and cut up some of this wood. I'll do my best to show you the camera, on the camera, sorry. Oh, I've just got a message on my phone, I'm down to 5%. So I might have to miss out the wood, guys, and bring you back when my phone's charged a little bit. So I'll see you all soon. I'm back, guys. There was a slight delay in between the last clip and this next clip. My phone is waterproof, or as most phones are these days, but what they don't tell you is when it gets wet, it takes ages, maybe an hour, for the charger port to dry out before you can actually recharge the phone. So I'm currently charging, got my little power bank, good to go. I think we're on about 20% now, so I thought I'd come back and update you as to what's been going on. I went out, my saw that I was telling you all about, my really good saw. I've used it and I've collected a whole bunch of firewood, which I don't know if you can see down here. I've got my my small stuff, secondary stuff, leading up to my larger stuff. Now it might look like a lot of wood, but my general rule of thumb is when you think you've got enough, go and get double that amount, because you'll be surprised how quick you can burn through wood. Like, oof, goes so fast. But I've got my present that I need to unwrap for Levi, so you know, if you're out there watching somewhere, Levi, I love one of your little birthday presents that you didn't get to receive, but we'll open this up together and I'll read the story to you. So we're back, people. Levi, birthday present number 2. Let's open it up together. I'm not going to tear it open like I did last time, because then it was making a mess. So, but like my mum used to always say, she's like, unwrap it nicely, because you can reuse the paper. Like that's going to happen, but we'll unwrap it, show you what's inside. Now this was your favourite. Dear Zoo. I got you the special 40th anniversary edition in gold. Lift the flaps and see what the zoo has sent. The perfect pet in the end. I know there'll be some parents out there that might know this book, others that don't. But I thought we could read it together, and if Levi is out there watching, or somehow he comes across this video, maybe he'll remember. It'd be nice if he did remember. So here we go. Dear Zoo by Rode Campbell. I wrote to the zoo to send me a pet. They sent me an elephant, but he was too big. We sent him back. So they sent me a giraffe, but he was too tall. I sent him back. So they sent me a lion, roar, but he was too fierce. So we sent him back. So they sent me a camel. But he was too grumpy, so I sent him back. So they sent me a snake. But he was too scary, so I sent him back. So they sent me a monkey. Ooh, ooh, ha, 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 ha. He was too naughty, so I sent him back. So they sent me a froggy. But he was too jumpy, so I sent him back. So they thought very hard, and then they sent me a puppy. Woof, 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 woof. And he was perfect, so I kept him forever. The end. Love you always, Levi. More than anything. Mwah. Love, Daddy. So guys, I've been sat here relaxing for the last half an hour, letting my phone charge up a little bit more. And I've just realised I've been here for almost 4 hours now. And you know, I've not even had a drink or anything to eat yet. So I'm going to set up my stove and get a little hot chocolate on the go. Even though I realised I did forget a spoon. Told you there's always something you forget. But I'll bring you back when I got my stove set up and we'll get hot chocolate on the go. So right here, people, you have everything you need for hot drink. Cup. A little boiling stove and pot. If none of you have seen this before, pretty handy. Just open up, pretty straightforward. Legs come off the bottom. As I said to you all, I did forget my spoon, so we just have to wing it on the amount of hot chocolate we need. My faithful bag of hot chocolate from the last trip, if you remember. Probably should have left the spoon in here, it would have been a better idea, wouldn't it? I do like a strong hot chocolate though. You also remember from last time, got my cheeky milks. coming along nicely. Honestly, it's like the best thing ever, having a nice hot drink. Can feel the temperature's dropped a lot now. The sun is, I'd say it's gone down over the hills, but it's not set yet, obviously. It's about 8:30 now. I think I arrived here about 3:30, 4 o'clock. So, say about 9 o'clock, probably start getting this fire going. Show you what I've got for tea later. I've got some egg noodles, some chow mein sauce. So we're going to fry that up, and I basically have a chow mein. I didn't bring any meat for the chow mein just because I wasn't sure how long it was going to be before I actually turned around to cook it. So I didn't want to bring any fresh chicken out with me or anything. But next time I think what I might do is pre-cook the chicken, pre-cook the meat, stick it in a little Tupperware tub, bring that with me. I've seen a lot of guys on YouTube doing the steaks and stuff. I'll consider it for you if that's something you're interested in. Nice big juicy piece of steak. The mess tin that I have also has a small grill that you can place on the inside so you can steam vegetables. Pretty handy stuff, really. Oh, it's steaming away. It's just about ready for pouring, that is. Pop my milks in. I may have forgot my spoon, but I didn't forget my fork. So we're not totally screwed. Probably should have put a little bit more water in there, but it's alright. Sort that out on the next one. Nice hot drink, people. Cheers. Oh, time to relax. Perfect hot chocolate. Not only have I got hot chocolate, got a couple of cheeky brownie bites. Don't mind if I do. Cheers to you. Now, some people say to me all the time, what do you do on a camping trip? And it's like, well, you don't do anything, you just relax, enjoy the sounds, absorb the energy. It's like a whole nother world. You get so used to the technology and TV. But like I say, I've been out here for almost 5 hours now. I've literally not even realised how long I've been out. I've just been busy doing one thing to the next. But not busy in a way that is not enjoyable. Just busy, just doing stuff, preparing my camp, making sure everything's organised, collecting my firewood. Then obviously I was relaxing for a little while because the stupid phone charger got wet. So every time I tried to plug it into my adapter, it kept coming up with an alert. Your charger's wet, so I was a bit of tissue inside the in the charging port. Didn't work, so I just had to leave it for a little while I went to gather some more wood. The deep cream I've got, it does help. It says that it lasts 8 hours on the packet. I don't think it lasts 8 hours. I think between each application I'm probably getting an hour and a half. And then it must just evaporate. The chemicals inside the deep must evaporate or something. I seen somebody on another channel using some device. You put some sort of chemical tray in this thing. It's like a little mini gas burner inside it, and it lets the fumes off. It just looks stupid, to be honest with you, because it depends on which way the breeze is blowing. If the breeze is blowing that way, all the smoke's going that way, and it's not helping you because all the midges are coming from this side and the bugs. So the idea is meant to create like a dome around you of chemicals, but that's in a perfect world. Maybe if you're sat inside your tent, it might be helpful, but I don't know how toxic that'd be. So the general trick to getting rid of the flies and the midges and etc., stuff like that, is just light a fire, put a few wet bits in there, bit of moisture, create some smoke. They soon disappear. Well, yeah, it's just really nice to be out. I'm glad that I got to show you, experience some rain with you all. I do think it's going to rain again tonight though. Tomorrow afternoon I think is sunshine again, back to sort of 25, 26s. So hopefully it should be a nice relaxing evening, off to sleep. Just hear that rain slamming down on top of the tent. It's things like that, people who've never been camping before, hearing the rain on the tent as you go to sleep, the crackle of the fire, the birds in the morning. When the sun starts to set as well, the birds start to go quiet, so you know it's kind of, that's it, the sun's going down. Yes, it's a really good experience. I mean, if you've never been camping, I would suggest you go camping. For the females out there, I know that some aren't too keen with camping because of the toilet situation. But man, if you look where I am, you're not going to bump into someone else. You can always just find a bush somewhere, sneak off. And if worst comes to the worst, you could always buy yourself a tarp, set the tarp up, make yourself a little enclosure so no one can see you. I guess it's easier for guys in that sense. But yeah, I absolutely love camping. I'm so glad that we've been out. This is adventure number 3. I'm hoping that the videos are improving slightly as well. I've been researching little tips and tricks. Not that I've really been able to implement them very well. I am trying my best though. I'm trying my best. Oh, actually, I can see the sun over there. Looks like it is going down now. If we're up early enough in the morning, we can hike to the top and try and catch the sunrise. I'm not going to make any promises though, because it depends how good I sleep tonight. If I sleep like a baby, I'm not going to catch the sunrise. I think sun's up about 5:15, 5:30 a.m. And as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, a lot of the people I see on all these other channels, they head to bed like 9, 10 o'clock. And in that sense, it almost makes camping, coming out camping, pointless to me. If you're going to go to bed at 10, you may as well just pack up your gear and go home. I like to be up till at least maybe 1 o'clock in the morning. When it's fully dark. That's when the fire lights up the forest and you get that orange glow. It's just different stages of the camping experience throughout the day as the day progresses. And if you've got children as well, camping's good for kids. Let them out, let them explore. I mean, if you're that worried about them getting lost, you could always stick one of those air tags in the pocket or something, so you know you can keep track of them. But no, I mean, I used to love it ever since I was a kid. Me, my sister, my brother. I have 2 sisters, but one sister was born here in Manchester, so she never really got to experience what me, my brother and sister got to experience growing up in Scotland. Our house was literally attached to the woods. It's kind of crazy to think about it. It was like a housing estate or whatever you'd want to call it. But then it just stops dead at one house, and then it just goes off into the woods. Big forest, just miles and miles of forest. A little river flowing through the middle. It was so good. Just go on adventures every day. And when my dad was out the house early in the morning, wouldn't let us back in till tea time. So the only thing was to go on adventures and explore. And there was always more to find, more to see. You never got bored. And camping as a kid, we used to do that a lot. But it wasn't like the camping we do now. It was literally a can of Coke, packet of crisps, and your rain jacket, maybe a plastic sheet or something, and then just go off and build yourself a little den, a little hut, try and make some sort of shelter. That was enough. Just enjoyed that, just getting out and getting up to mischief, I guess. Yeah, I want to keep on bringing new content, you know, different sites as the channel progresses. As like I say, the subscribers have been going a little bit crazy over the last couple of weeks, so people seem to be enjoying the content. So I want to keep on making it better, making it better. And it's nice to know that obviously when my son gets older, he gets to look back and see me. And I guess I can't really say I'm in my prime, I'm 38 years old now. It's actually my birthday on Wednesday. That was 5 days ago. I was 38 years old. It's crazy to think. 38. But I still feel like I'm in my prime. I don't feel old yet. So it's nice, I want my son to see me when I'm still looking slightly youthful. Apart from the bags under my eyes, because after that hike up here today, whew, knackered. Definitely can't wait till later on. Cook up the noodles and chow mein. It'll be the first time I've got to use my new mess tin as well. So that'd be cool. But yeah, like I say on my channel, I don't really like to promote brands, products. I feel like, sometimes you buy stuff and until you've really used it a good few times and seen what it can do, what it can't do, just showing something on your channel because, you've been sent it or something like that, it could be terrible. Most likely it is. Half the stuff you buy is terrible. Honestly, it really is. Or once you've bought it, you think, oh, I wish I would have bought this one. Oh, I wish I would have bought that one. This chair's great. No complaints about it. It's cheap and cheerful. It's nice and light compared to the one I had before. One thing it's missing, there's no pocket. It's nice to have a little pocket for your cup. I mean, I know you can get ones with the cup holder, but they want to charge you an extra £20 compared to what I paid for this one. And just for a cup holder, probably attach that myself for 20p. Needle and thread. Figure it out. Can't be that hard. As Jeremy Clarkson would say, how hard can it be? I thought I could taste something funny. It's not my drink. I must have some DEET on my lips. Silly me. But yeah, I tried to tidy the camp up a little bit because it was a bit of a mess from the people that have been here last. That's one thing I can't stand is people who they camp out but then just leave the trash everywhere. I mean, you had the effort to bring it up, at least have the effort to take it down. That's one thing with camping, when you're on your hike up, you always have more weight than you do on your way down. Like when I leave, I'll be minus 3 kilos from the bottles of water, minus the little bit of food that I've brought. Well, just take your rubbish with you. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. But yeah, my next adventure number 4, will be in a new location. because I brought you to this place 3 times now. Not this exact same location, but the same woodland. I've got a few different spots that we can camp in here. Sort of different vibe, different experience in the different places. But my next adventure 4 is going to be somewhere different. What are we in now? The end of June? Yeah, it's the end of June. In early August, sort of mid-August, we'll be going up to Scotland for an adventure. I'm assuming that'll be adventure number 5. Be up in Scotland. We're going up to a place sort of West Scotland. I won't spoil the name and the location quite yet. I'll save that for another video. But it should be a nice trip. It's a place I've been up there a couple of times, to be honest with you, but I've not been doing this channel, so it'll be the first time shooting content up there and then bringing you guys along with me. Plus, it's another place that my son can get to see, you know, the Scottish side of me, because I grew up in Scotland from basically from 0 to 10. I grew up, so it's kind of like 2 sides of me, I guess. I've got the country boy side of me, and then I've got the city boy. I mean, the way I look right now is kind of the city boy look. But then I'm dirty too, so that's half country, I guess. But yeah, well, I would love to move back up to Scotland. I mean, if I could afford it and stuff, that'd be like my dream for me and my child. You know, move back up and let him experience what I got to experience. You know, just running free, not having to worry about crazy people around and kidnappers and traffic on the road, that, you know, just letting your kids run out and then poof, it's such a quiet, it's all countryside, trees, woodlands, hills, the kind of place where everybody knows everybody. It's only a small amount of people that live in the village. It's really nice. You know, the primary school is one little primary school in the centre of the village as well, so it's like everybody knows everyone, like a little community. It's really, really nice. And even all the years I've been back up there since I left, so like I say, I'm 38 now. Left Scotland when I was 10. And it's still the same. Still the same, like, just little pretty village, dead quaint. You've got the loch right there at the bottom of the village, playing out on the beach, out fishing. I'm hoping that my nephew will be coming on in August, because it's going to be my nephew's 3rd birthday. My nephew Opie. If Opie ever catches this video, I'm talking about you for your 3rd birthday. I'm hoping to get a dinghy and a little fishing rod, because I really want to take my nephew out on the dinghy. And he's going to go crazy at first, scream the place down, but then I think he'll really enjoy it. He's a little mischievous boy, but I love him to death. Like, the bond between me and my nephew's like grown so strong over the last 6 months since I've not been able to see my own child. I guess I've been kind of, you know, spending a lot of time with him to fill in the void of me not seeing my own son. Well, not seeing you, Levi. It's a shame because, you know, my son Levi and my nephew Opie, they were getting such a good bond together. Until my ex, you know, took him away. But it's Sunday night tonight, and I've got my first court case, or court trial, whatever you want, family court thing. The first one's on Wednesday coming up. So 2 more sleeps after tonight, and I'll be starting my fight to get you back in my life. Don't let anybody ever tell you that I didn't care, or I was a bad dad, or I wasn't trying to be involved. I have fought tooth and bone to try and be in your life. Done everything I can, and, you know, nothing but obstacles. Nothing but obstacles. Your mum, she just really wants to be left alone to do it by herself. And it's like, I can't just, you know, sit back and pretend I don't have a child. My firstborn child means everything to me. But I don't want to get emotional, so stay positive. Let's hope something good starts on Wednesday. Obviously, I'll update you all as time goes on. And hopefully one day when we do one of these videos together, I can pan over to the left or the right and my little boy will be there with me. I found so many cool little camping things for my little boy. Even like a little tent for young children. Could set up a big tarp and put both our tents, like, you know, facing each other. It'd be such a cool experience. That's something my dad did with me a lot. My dad spent a lot of time out camping with me, taking me on adventures and stuff. I think he just liked to get out and clear his head a lot, I guess. He used to take me on, well, I'd say take me, he used to drag me along. I used to hate it when I was younger. Just walking and walking, the kind of, you know, are we there yet? How much further? I did hate it. And then as I got older, I appreciated it. I appreciated all those experiences. Like I said, my first adventure, this actual specific location, is one that my dad found probably when I was 10. So yeah, a long time ago. It was actually me and my dad that set these first rocks on the fire pit up. It wasn't quite as big as this. I mean, some people have added and expanded to it, but yeah, this was our first ever camping spot in Manchester that we found. I mean, I say Manchester, you know, this is technically Glossop, but as close as to Manchester as can be. Crazy times. I'm just sitting here waffling like crazy, but if you've seen any of my other videos, this is me. I don't stop talking. I'm curious to know what my little boy is like, if he's like me. Does he talk as much as me? Is he as curious as me? I was always a curious little kid. I wanted to know everything about everything. Why this? Why that? How long? How far? When can we go? I'm my little nephew. He's not even 3 yet. Excuse the aircraft. Yeah, my little nephew's not even 3 yet. He's mastered his alphabet. He counts all the way up to 225 so far. He can write them as well. He knows how to write pi, the symbol, then 3.142. Just trying to teach him division, subtraction, multiplication, addition, you know. He doesn't quite understand multiplication yet though, because he sees the X and just says X, X, X. He thinks it's the letter X, so you can't quite differentiate between the letter X and the times sign, but we'll get there. He's such a cutie. I'd say 2 months ago, he maybe less, he couldn't say W. He'd go through all the letters of his alphabet. And it'd be U, V, and then he'd just try to skip the W. And then now it's like dub, 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 dub. It's amazing. I just got a spit of water right on me. I am starting to dry off though, people. Nowhere near as wet as I was when you seen me earlier. I guess it's like my body temperature and all the walking around. It is absorbing some of the heat out of my body, but I can sacrifice some right now. I'm not going to go hypothermic anytime soon. I don't know if it shows up on camera. I can feel it though. I'm getting goosebumps on my face. Looks funny. whenever I get a bit of a chill. Like, I really can't wait to start this fire, but honestly, firewood goes so fast. If I light the fire about 9 o'clock, I should have enough to last me till about 12. I mean, you've seen the pile earlier, it looks like I've got loads, but it's all quite reasonably dry. It's a bit wet on the outside, but the inside is dry. So once it heats up the fire, it's just going to burn through it so fast. Let me check this video anyway, because last time I was talking for like an hour and it wasn't even recording. It cut off after 10 minutes. So I'll bring you back soon, people. Give you an update. I'm just going to sit back and drink the rest of this hot chocolate, relax. I'll bring you back maybe 9 o'clock when I was going to start the fire. So I'll see you all soon, people. Alright guys, well, it's not quite 9 o'clock yet, but I thought we could try and prepare this fire bed so it is ready for 9 o'clock. So first thing I like to do is lay down a little bed of twigs somewhere dry to start the fire. Doesn't have to be too crazy. The good thing about doing this is once the fire does get lit and get going, this will all start to burn. So you get a nice hot bed of coals at the bottom. That looks pretty good to me. I know there's going to be some of you campers out there who like to go full on bushcraft mode with your flint and steel, but it's a little too wet tonight and I'm not out for a bushcraft adventure. I'm just out to have a nice relaxing evening. Bring you all out to enjoy the camping trip. So we're going to cheat, use a couple of firelighters. Firelight never hurt anyone, did it? Just stick a few of them in there, like so. Only had a small box of these. This is adventure number 3. We're still on the same box, so they are very handy. I can hear thunder in the distance. I very much doubt we're going to get the thunder though. Next thing you want to do when you're lighting a fire is you want to start with some small stuff. When I say small stuff, I mean like really thin twigs. The thinnest you can find, less than a pencil thickness is preferable. So like I've got a bunch of this stuff here, like these small, I don't know the name of this tree, this particular wood. This stuff here, have you seen it before? It's the best stuff for starting a fire. Lights up so easily. Get some of that on the bottom. Some more in there. Sort of like a blend of the really thin stuff, and then some more pencil thickness stuff on top. I like to sort of crisscross the wood. No particular reason, it just helps balance the pile really. And the best thing with having the nice thin stuff at the bottom, it creates like a bushy, airy area. So you can pile a lot of the thick stuff on top straight away without suffocating the fire. Oh, I can hear that rain coming down again. Didn't think it was going to come down that fast. Wow. So much for getting that fire ready. Torrential downpours. Literally came out of nowhere. I think I jinxed the whole trip today in that sense, didn't I? Said it wasn't probably going to rain, then it turned out to rain. Then we were sat out by the fire chilling. And I thought, oh, I'll get the fire ready for lighting it in a little while. You can hear it. It just came out of absolutely nowhere. And I'd pulled the tarp off the back of the tent as well to let it dry out a little bit and air out. It just came out flooding down from the heavens. I had to quickly set it back up again. But I've got the fire covered up. See if I can show you. That bag I was using earlier that those other people had left. So I've got it covering my little bed of wood and stuff. My other wood's still over here, all piled up, ready to go. That's dry, it's not getting wet. Put you back down here for a minute. Oh. Thank God for the tarp. I did have a little mic that I wanted to try tonight. Where was it? Oh, it's in the tent. I can't be bothered reaching for it. The only problem with the mic is you have to plug it into the charging port, which is not a big deal. But if the camera's this close to me, is there really any point? I think you can hear me alright. But once I get a proper phone stand, there's like an umbrella attachment you can get for your phone or your camera or whatever. So it means I can leave the camera out further so you get a bit more of the scenery view rather than just staring at me inside the tent. That way I can leave the camera out in the rain, plug in my mic, and you can still hear what I'm talking about. That being like so far up to my face. Because I'm using the phone, I'm using the side of the phone that you actually look at. I could zoom out slightly if I turn the camera around, but then I can't see what the camera can see. So I'm constantly getting up and down to check if it's in focus or... Oh, it's a pain. Like I said, I'd love to invest in a new camera, like a proper professional camera. Not like a huge one, but just something good enough for these videos. But even something basic is really expensive. You'd be surprised how much it all costs. Or maybe you wouldn't, maybe you already know. But yeah, it's a day to do all this photography and filming and stuff. I mean, I hope that you all enjoy it. Enjoying my videos. I mean, I don't really care if you are or not, if I'm going to be completely honest, because I know, like I say, these are just for my little boy, so... I know if I was older, and I could look back and, you know, see my parents talking to me and stuff, and... Especially because my son's so young, so he's almost 16 months. He's not going to remember these times, not really. So to look back and be able to see me like talking about him, referring to him and stuff. I think it's really sentimental to me, so I'm hoping it'll be just as sentimental to him. But I am a kind of sentimental kind of guy. Always have been. I've got like all my birthday cards that my mum's ever given to me. Probably not all of them, but you know, I've got a lot of them. Like brothers and sisters and stuff. I'm just sentimental in that sense. Because one day you'll miss these people. And the nice memories to have. To look back and to see. Because reading an old card that you got from someone might mean nothing now. But there could be a time when they're not around anymore. And reading that message that they sent you when they did, you know, could bring back memories, and I just like the idea of it. So yeah, maybe I am a bit mushy, a bit sentimental, but this is the kind of guy I am. I have no shame in it. I don't care. You are who you are. You can't deny it. Just be yourself. Another reason why I'm out doing these trips. Just gotta be yourself. This is who I am. I like being outdoors, going on adventures, seeing what I can find, seeing what mischief I can get up to. I guess that's that the little boy is still in me. Or maybe it's a man thing. They say men never grow up. It's like paintballing and BB guns and Nerf guns. I can't wait for my nephew to go. I mean, I refer to you, Levi, my son. I'd love to be playing Nerf guns with you, but the way things are going at the moment, I'm probably never going to see you again. That's how it feels. So, you know, my nephew, or your cousin Opie, that's who I kind of spend all my time with. We've been shooting. I've been trying to teach him how to shoot his Nerf gun, but he knows how to load it, but he can't quite shoot it yet. I don't know, but I'm guessing all you people out there don't want to hear this stuff. You want to hear about camping and gear and what's the next best thing to buy. And honestly, I feel like all these camping videos out there, camping channels, they make camping seem like it's a chore, it's difficult, it's expensive. It's not expensive, it's really not. You can do it on such a tight budget. This is what I was saying to you all earlier about the little things. See, the tent, the sleeping bag, you can get all that for fairly cheap, but it's the little things like the stove, the gas, the cut, the pot, the saw, the this, the that, the head torch, and then the tarp, and what else? What else have I got in here? The charger for the phone, like the phone bank. Just little bits and bobs like the floor mat. That's where the money starts to add up, and the cost starts to build up. And it's too easy to go, ooh, I'd love to get one of them, or ooh, I'd love to get this or get that. But you got to carry all that. Don't forget. And weight. For me, weight is the biggest issue. I'm trying to. And I've got 2 sleeping bags already. I've got 3 season and 4 season, so technically I don't need any more sleeping bags. There's only one of me. I've got 2 sleeping bags. But I do want to get a new one. It's more lightweight. Well, to be fair, I don't even know if it's lighter, but it's more compact. It's smaller. Because my goal is to get, because I've got an 85 litre backpack, I'm trying to get it down to 60 litres max. Because when you're out hiking, or you're trying to come to little locations like this, the last thing you want is to draw attention to yourself. So walking around with an 85, 90 litre, 100 litre backpack, everybody knows what you're out there to do. So if you can get your bag down to a more reasonable size, people just assume you're out hiking for the day. not knowing how much equipment you've actually got stuffed in that bag. So right now, the base of my bag, I can get just my sleeping bag in there. But if I get this new sleeping bag, I should be able to fit my chair and my sleeping bag in the bottom. So that's already like a nice chunk of space saved from the main part of the bag. Then really all you're carrying in the bag is your tent, your floor mat, and your water, and my saw. I think I wouldn't mind buying another tarp though. A bigger one, much bigger. So if this is 2 meters by 2 meters, I'll get a 4 meters by 4 meters one as well. Then I can keep this tarp and just use this to protect the tent. Because I'll be honest with you as well, this tent, like I say, been out in it 5 years, in the snow, in the rain, in the sun, but it's come to the end of its waterproofness. It just needs a new coat of Fabsil, maybe £20 a bottle, and it'll be as good as new for another 5 years. But I've just not got round to buying the Fabsil yet, so that's why I've covered half of the tent with the tarp, just to give me a little bit more protection. Because I know it's going to rain. I think I checked the forecast before. I think the rain properly is supposed to start at 4 AM and then continue all the way through till 12 in the afternoon. So with that much rain constantly coming down, it's a high possibility that it's going to start seeping into the tent. And I can't, probably not going to get wet. It'll probably like seep through the first layer and then little drops will start landing on the inner tent. It shouldn't really pass through the inner tent. But I'd rather not take that risk in future, especially when I go on my camping trips up into Scotland. I need to be fully protected and sealed in. But the tarp's never going to leak. It's 100% safe. That's why I generally say, I mean, if I just get a new tarp, I could just cover my tent with this tarp and I wouldn't even need to re-waterproof the tent. But yeah, I'll bring you back shortly, guys. I'm going to kick back for half an hour, watch a couple of videos, and catch up on my Top Gear, the Grand Tour. If you want to know what I'm watching, it's the Grand Tour. I'm on to season 4. I mean, I've seen them all, but I watched the new episode a few days ago. The Euro Crash, I think it was called. It's funny. Like, it's kind of the same thing over and over again with Top Gears and the Grand Tours, but it never gets old to me. I just love it. It makes me laugh. I love the adventures. So I think the next one I'm watching today is they're in Scotland. I think they're going up to Scotland with some American cars. So yeah, I'll let you know how that is when I get back. Alright people, we're back. I finished watching my Grand Tour in Scotland. It was funny. Recommend it if you haven't seen it. I think it's time we try and light this fire now. Let's see if it will actually light after that little downpour of rain earlier. Probably will be a little smoky. Looking good so far though. We have ignition. Start putting some more logs on. Use up all the small stuff. As I said, crisscrossing the wood always helps. Keeps the oxygen flowing to the fire. Also helps spread the fire. We can start adding some of the thicker logs on the outside. There we go. Nice looking little fire. That'll pick up shortly. And get this tripod to stand up for you guys and girls. There we go. Let me turn the flash off on the phone. You better see kind of how dark it is. Oh, that's how dark it is now, people. You can maybe see some light up through the trees. There is still a little bit of daylight left up there. But that fire is burning nicely. Turn the light back on so you can see a little bit more. Also got myself a little pot of rice boiling away. I'll show you this down here. This is some beef flavoured rice. Just trying to simmer off the rest of the water now. Shouldn't take too long. So there we are, people. Relaxing by a nice hot fire. Feel that heat just coming through. I think even the tarp's already starting to dry. You can't beat a good campfire. As far as how long the wood's going to last, I've no idea. I think it's about 10 o'clock now. About an hour behind when I thought I was going to light the fire, but that's purely just because I was waiting for the rain, the last few drops, because it's still dripping off the trees a little bit, but it's not actually raining right now. But seeing as I left a lot of wood last time, up in the other spot that I've got, and somebody used it all, not that that's a bad thing, but I spent all the time cutting the wood, so it was a little bit frustrating. So tonight I'm determined we're going to go through all this wood and we're not saving any more for anybody else. We're using it. This rice is coming along nicely. I'll eat this rice and then probably around 12 o'clock I'll make my noodles. My chow mein noodles in my new mess tin. Put this I've got a little head torch, might give me some light so you can see me a bit better. Not that you want to see me, but you know. I know a lot of people get scared out in the woods on their own, but there's nothing to fear. Especially not animals. If anything, the only thing you have to fear when you're out in the wilderness, more than anything, would be people. But even people, you're not likely to come across anyone. It's too wet and miserable outside. Nobody wants to come out and climb up in through the woods and the hills. I'm sure everyone's tucked up in bed at home, watching whatever they watch. I'd much rather be out here enjoying the wilderness. Let me just see how much water's left in this way. Still a little bit left. You know, I followed the instructions, and it definitely tells you to put too much water in. 350 mils it said. I reckon 275 would have been enough. It's probably the longest amount of time I've ever spent cooking something when I've been out camping. Just a simple pot of rice. Turn the heat up a little bit. There we go, you can see me a little bit better there. I'm so glad I brought a fork. I don't have to drink the pot of rice. Because I'd be screwed when it comes to cooking the noodles later. Well, I hope you're all having a good night. Hope you're enjoying the video. Wish you could be here. Especially you, Levi. Mwah! Daddy loves you always. Don't ever forget that. I'll flip the camera around, let you enjoy the fire for a little while. I'll just keep my mouth shut while I'm cooking my rice and throw some more wood on and let you just enjoy the flames. Cheers people. Got my pot of rice. Fire's giving off so much heat, it's absolutely lovely. Not as smoky as I thought it was going to be. Let's see how hot this rice is. Is it going to be too hot? Is it going to burn my mouth? Whoa! Yep. Oh, that'll warm your insides up. Jeez Louise. This is honestly the life to me. Cannot beat it. All my clothes are drying off now, completely almost. Yep, back of my neck's dry. The only thing that's not dry is the back of my shoulder a little bit, so let me take this jacket off. Because I don't need it on right now, it's absolutely toasty. Oh, I can feel it on my skin as well, it feels so good. But yeah, this is what you're missing out on. If you don't go camping, you don't like camping, I can appreciate that, but you're definitely missing out. Like I say, it's not cold. It's cold out there, but in this little cave that I'm in right now, it's just absorbing all the heat, keeping it inside like a little cocoon. So nice. And before I head to sleep tonight, obviously I'll throw on the rest of the wood, and all that heat will transfer through into the tent. And I can just lay inside with the door open. Because the fires have all gone now, they don't like the smoke. The absolute life. At least I've not been pestered this time either. If you remember in my last adventure, I had a bunch of teenagers coming up to my tent in the middle of the night with all the torches. It's like, oh, here we go. Here comes trouble. Well, no, they'd only lost a friend. One of their friends was drunk and they'd lost him out in the woods somewhere. Somehow they ended up randomly up near my tent, like 10-15 minutes away from this spot. But like I say, I think the rain's going to start properly again around 3-4 AM. I'll be fast asleep by that time. If I do wake up between 5-5:30, I'll do my best to take you up for a walk up to the top so we can catch the sunrise. I do apologise as well if my videos are too long for most people, or for some people, or I talk too much maybe. Like I say, I do have a habit of talking a lot. I could probably talk for England. I've been doing my best to like cut off the video and just have some chill time and then come back to the video. Otherwise you'd have like a 6-hour long video to watch, and I don't think anyone would make it to the end. In my last adventure as well, I made a few mistakes with the video. Somehow my edit got mixed up. So I used this app on my phone to upload the videos. So as you press each video you want, you put them in the particular order, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then somehow, like video 10, 11, 12 got mixed up somewhere at like video 18, 19, 20. And somewhere in the middle of the video, whilst I wasn't on camera, I sent a message to my mum just saying good night and letting her know I was safe and stuff. And that video, that text message or video message, somehow ended up in my video. So if anyone watches The Last Adventure all the way through, at some point you'll see me talking to my mum, just saying good night and stuff like that. But I thought, I'm not going to take it out. It's too late now. People can sort of see the progression as my videos improve, hopefully improve. I think it's time to stick some more wood on there though. I told you the wood doesn't last long. I'd say I'm a good 30% through the wood already. And you've pretty much been along for the whole ride in terms of the fire. Because the wood's dry, it's like it's really hot fire, so it's just toasting through the wood really quick. That's the only advantage of having wet wood sometimes. It is quite smoky, but your fire tends to burn cooler, but longer. When the wood's dry like this, it's hotter and burns through the wood a lot faster. So, which is the lesser of two evils? I guess that's down to you to decide. I've had a look for a light as well for my next adventures moving forward. I found like a small light that I can use to sort of brighten the area up, because I know it's quite dark for everyone. I've got the camera light on, I've got my little headlamp here. I do have a second headlamp, but I need to swap the batteries out. I just can't bother, to be honest. For the little tiny difference that it's going to make, I don't think you'll be that bothered. But let me stick a couple more logs on. Because then I don't have to sit around the fire in the next hour blowing it to try and get it to relight again. Just keep it going, keep it hot. Woo! This is one of the things I want to teach my son, you know? How to build a campfire, how to set up a tent, how to make camp life comfortable. Because one thing you don't have to be when you go out camping is uncomfortable. You don't have to be cold. I've taken my two sisters camping. Took them both up to Scotland. Took my older younger sister up a couple of years ago, and then last year I took up my two sisters and my younger sister's boyfriend as well. That was her first time camping. She had a really good time, she enjoyed it. She said she's looking forward to the next trip, which, like I say, the next one up to Scotland is going to be middle of August. But I believe my younger sister does have a holiday booked. She's going abroad with a boyfriend somewhere, so she won't be able to attend. So it's really just going to be a solo trip. Might be able to get a few little clips of my nephew running around, as he's going up for his birthday, staying not too far from my campsite. So we will be popping in to see him and celebrate his birthday with him. Taking him on adventures, like I say. I want to get him out in the dinghy on the loch. Maybe show him some fishing. Bear in mind he is only 3, so I'm limited in what we can do together, but just nice little experiences for him. I feel like a lot of children these days, you know, the parents, they just give them a phone, give them a tablet, stick them in front of the TV. Whereas like my dad was a little bit more hands-on with me. Like I say, taking me out camping, taking me on adventures, showing me how to build huts and hideouts and how to set up tarps and tents, and it meant that I grew up with that same instinct to just want to get out there and be active and get outdoors, really. Sitting in the house all day just doesn't do it for me. I'll be honest as well, another thing about me is I don't watch TV. A lot of people don't believe it, but like in my own house, I've lived in the particular house I live in now for almost 15 years. And in that whole 15 years, I've never had my TV hooked up to an aerial or a digibox or anything like that. So I do watch a lot of movies on my Netflix. I watched the Grand Tour, the Top Gear show. And other than that, I just don't watch TV. Do a lot of research on like YouTube, like I like to keep up with what's going on in the physics world. I'm pro Tesla, still love SpaceX. There is a video in one of my previous videos of the 420 SpaceX launch for the Starship. And I know there's a new launch coming up soon, so I'll probably be celebrating that. Hopefully we'll have a successful launch and not a mid-flight explosion like last time. But it's just crazy to think, you know, we're living in these times, the future's coming, AI is coming. We're going to be multi-planetary species, you know, living between Mars and the moon. And all that stuff for my son when he's older is going to be kind of normal, it's commonplace. Whereas for us now, I guess, and for me now, it's all new, it's all just possibility and prototypes and trying to get to that stage. Like I remember when there was no internet, it didn't exist. And then the world changed. And yeah, so I guess like now we have facial recognition, artificial intelligence, like all sorts of going on. I don't really want to get into politics and stuff, but if you're interested in politics, I mean, the state of inflation in the UK right now, it's a mess. Interest rates going through the roof, people struggling on the mortgages. Like mine and my sister's dreams have always been to try and own our own house. I've been saving up for years, my sister's been saving up for years. It's like every time we get even halfway close to getting somewhere, something happens out there and it just knocks you back another 5 years, 10 years. So I think I've honestly given up now with the dream of owning a home. I just tried to make enough investments and put all my money away for my child so that, you know, when he turns 18, 20, hopefully he's in a good position, a better financial position to maybe do something, maybe buy his own house. It's another reason why I try to keep my camping cheap and cheerful, and I don't do crazy spending. Just everything goes into my son's bank account. I just want him to have the best life he can. Especially with the way the world's looking in the future. I mean, it's so unpredictable. With AI potentially taking it a lot of jobs, what did they say, like 40% of jobs could be lost by 2050. So, you know, he's going to have some skills. So all you young kids out there, education, honestly, take it seriously. You know, when I was young, I made a lot of mistakes. A lot of stuff I regret now that I'm older. Like the things you think are cool when you're younger, like as you get older you realise what an idiot you were, and you know, chasing the trends, chasing girls, trying to keep up with your friends. Honestly, it's all pointless. As you get to a certain age, you're not friends with those friends anymore, you all moved on, and you sit there and you look back and you think, where have the years gone? What have I done with my life? You don't want to be one of those people. Just make the most of every minute you've got, because I guess life is short and, you know, you never know what's around the corner. beef rice. I give it a thumbs up. Like I say, it goes back to being cheap and cheerful. I think I paid £1 for this bag of rice. What kind of rice is it? Have I got the packet still? Super rice, spatula super rice. Beef flavour. Simple, but filling. And it's lightweight as well. And I know you can buy all those freeze-dried meals and stuff. But have you seen the price of a freeze-dried meal? Like £5-6. And it's really no different from this. So stick with the cheap and cheerful. I'm satisfied. I'm 100% making my noodles tonight though. I don't care how stuffed my belly is. I am making those noodles. More so because when I tried the mess tin out, I didn't get to try it out last time, so I want to give it a go this time. I'm really surprised how long the gas bottles lasted. It's only a 227 gram bottle. And this took about 10-15 minutes to cook, plus the last time I came camping. And I think it's still at least half full, maybe more than half full. I did bring some wipes this time as well, some wet wipes. Clean out the pot and stuff afterwards. That was a pain last time. I had no wet wipes. So I had to reboil a small amount of water in the pot, wipe it out with some tissue. And if you know tissue and water, it just makes a mess. It's weird, like I say, like doing these new videos. Like I say, I've never really done recording myself. I've always been a kind of camera shy guy. But like I say, life's too short, so I'm gonna do these videos for my son so he can look back. And if I don't do them now, I'm never gonna do them. So we all get something out of it. I get a trip away. Son gets to look back and see a bit about my personality. And all you people along for the trip get to experience something that you might not get to experience purely because you don't like camping, or you'll keep making excuses not to go, or you've got no one to go with. I'd say like I've been on a couple of camping trips with other people, but for the most part I'm just always by myself. I haven't got time to wait around for other people to make plans with them and stuff. I just want to get up and go whenever I want to get up and go. Like I don't really like driving, I hate driving, but this is one of the benefits of driving, is being able to come to new locations and just be out in the wild. I mean, if I could, I'd go off grid, and I'd live this kind of life and be completely happy. Honestly. I've never really been a material kind of person. We all like new stuff, but stuff is only stuff. You can't take it with you. I have to apologise if I'm eating like an animal. It's still quite hot, but it's too nice to put it down. It did say on the packet it was enough for 2 people, but maybe 2 small people. You do hear some strange sounds when you're out in the woods. I think that's what scares a lot of people. But it's like in your own home. You kind of know all the sounds, you recognise all the sounds, and when you hear a new sound you've not heard before, it kind of takes you off guard for a minute, so you can go and figure out where the sounds come from. But because I've been doing this for basically my whole life out camping, just kind of desensitized to all the noises, other than appreciating them. The birds are always up before me though. That's when you know it's time to get up. Birds start chirping, as if to say, come on Charlie, get up, we're up, you should be up. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel here, want more? I've definitely got room for my noodles. I think what we're going to have to do though is boil this again, then give it a clean. Get a little dash of water in there. Always gives me a fright when you spark that up. It's the only one thing that's a bit dodgy with the stove. Not the stove itself, but the regulator for the gas. It's just not quite sensitive enough. It's kind of either on full or it just turns off. Which can be a little frustrating because you can see the flames are quite high. You've got to keep just playing with the adjuster. Try and get that flame down a little bit. There you go, that's not so bad. Word of warning though, the handle can get hot sometimes. The only reason why I'm too bothered about cleaning this out properly tonight is just so I can have some more hot chocolates. I don't want beefy hot chocolates. Oh, where's my head torch gone? Have a look inside here and see how it's cleaning out. Might have to blast it a second time, clean it out or empty it out and then give it another whirl, a little bit more water. Whoa, gotta be careful. Let's have a look. See what we're dealing with here. Oh, it will come off. It will come off. Right, this is where I need to use my head torch. There we go. Little dash of water again. I'd say that's the only negative thing with these small cook pots. Is they do burn quite easily in the bottom, because obviously all your food's just right next to the heat. I think a solution to that would possibly a little bit of tin foil at the bottom or something like that. Wouldn't hurt. Almost there, people, almost there. What I'll do is I'll just boil it up a bit more. Get the last few bits of crusty crud off the bottom. As I was saying on my last trip as well, probably the light's right in your face. I do want to try and organise a trip abroad I want to go to Finland, I want to go to Sweden, definitely. There's a place in Sweden that I've been checking out. It's just going to be a big trip. Be away for like maybe a week. Need to make sure I've got enough gear, planned it properly. Because I'll be on my own, so I don't want to die out in the mountains alone. But it's an adventure, isn't it? Going somewhere that far by yourself and having no one else but to rely on but yourself. Put yourself to the test. The skills to the test. Can't think of anything better and more exciting. I say it would be a scary experience, I guess. Well, I wouldn't say scary, but it could be overwhelming. No, I think overwhelming is the wrong word either as well. It'll be fun, that's all I can say. It'll definitely be fun. I've got no one to rely on but myself. If something goes wrong, it's up to me to fix it. If something breaks, it's up to me to fix it. If I get lost, it's up to me to find the way back. Right, that is pretty much clean, people. Not really much else I can do with it. Tip it out slightly. Get some hot water around the edges where there's some sticky residue left. I'll soften it all up. And I'll get my wipes out and give it a final clean. And that's ready for a hot chocolate then. I'm not much of a hot drink drinker, to be honest with you. I drink more water than anything. If you remember in my last video I was talking about my challenge, I'm trying to drink 3 litres a day. I've been doing it. It's not been hard at all, to be honest with you. Anyone else out there that's trying to, you know, live a healthy, clean lifestyle, at the very least, get them 3 litres of water a day and you'll feel a lot better for it. No headaches, nothing like that. That's it, it's clean. Clean as a whistle. Got my little wipes. Pink to make the boys wink. I'm joking, I'm joking. Got a little cold water in there just to cool it down. I'm gonna burn my fingers off. Tell you, I wish I would have had these wipes last time. Makes life so much easier. They're just fragrance free. They're actually toilet wipes, fragrance free toilet wipes. I felt like they're better because they decompose. I think they're mostly cotton based. Is it cotton? I don't know, some sort of cottony fibre or something. They're natural anyway. Like I say, they're fragrance free, so I'm not going to be drinking weird flavoured hot chocolates. Not deep flavoured like the last cup was anyway. Can't believe I did that. And there we go. Got all these excess tissues right into the fire. Pot's clean. Stick my lid back on it. Gas stove's cooled down already. Put that over there. Get it out of the way. To be honest, I could probably put the rice packet in the fire, to be honest with you. Right, well I'll turn the camera off because I think I've been talking for bloody ages. God knows how long this video is going to be this time. So I'll bring you back before I head to sleep, or when I get into the tent, and I'll catch you soon. Alright people, well I'm back. It's currently 1 AM. I've just made my final hot chocolate for bed. Stick my little torch on. I'll stick the last couple of pieces of wood. I've got about 5 pieces left. Literally 5. Get these on the fire. and then get myself comfy in the tent. Boom, all the wood's gone. No one's taking advantage of my wood. Headlamp. I'm going to bring you in the tent. We might have a little bit of light. Oh, I'm flashing my torch right in your face. Excuse me, people. I apologise. One, two, three. My little nephew would love that then. 1, 2, 3. Whoa, that's bright. Find a good position for it. Take this off. Put this one back on. Put it on this side. Always handy to have an extra couple of pockets in your tent. Bring the hot chocolate inside. Nice full cup this time. I was letting the bag for the pot dry up because it was a little wet before. Should be alright now. I might have to, oh there it goes, dropped on the floor. So yep, it's nice and dry. Oh. Just in case, I probably will make a hot chocolate in the morning, but just in case I don't fancy one, because I don't always fancy a hot drink in the morning. May as well pack the stove away. Stinky gas. A little bit of tissue on there. Just dry it out a bit. Otherwise, I'll only end up having to wash the pot again in the morning when it's clean as it needs to be right now. Let's see if I can make this into the fire. Oh, what a shot. If only you watched it. Sorry, if only you could see it. The stove fits into the pot nicely. Just dry it off. That'll do. It's definitely an important part of camping. It's keeping everything organised and tidy, so it'll only drive you nuts the next day. So, got my hot chocolate. Stow away some of the food in the bag that I'm not going to probably eat. I didn't end up making my chow mein noodles. Still got them here, but I'll eat them at home tomorrow. A couple of sausage rolls for snacks later. A packet of crisps. What else have we got here that we don't need right now? Baby wipes. I'll take a couple of them. Wash my hands a little bit. Could hear a car alarm going off in the distance then. Hope it wasn't mine. We'll find out in the morning, won't we? It did go off though, so my car key's still in my pocket. Don't want to lose that. See if I can make this into the fire. Oh, shot again. Right, baby wipes away. The last 2 milks, put them away. Put my fork away. I believe that's everything. Oh, a couple more bits to put away. Oil for the noodles that I didn't use. Put my pot inside. Put my gas inside. My trusted saw with the case that's just falling apart, but still does the trick. I was actually meant to fix this after the last trip. Just never got around to it. Put this inside. My lighter. The rest of my bags. Another piece of tissue there. In the fire. Right, what else do I need to bring inside? Fire lighters, pegs, can leave them outside. My jacket can come inside with me. My brownies, Tesco brownies. They're alright. I probably won't buy them again. Alright. Let me bring you in here so you can see the fire for a minute while I get organised. I'll zoom you in so you got something to look at. I'll get my shoes off. Alright, I'll bring you in, guys. Let me turn the flash off and see how bright it is inside here. Oh, I can't actually see. Let me flip the camera around. Oh, that's not too bad. Could be worse. There we go. Look like a crazy man there. Right. Oh, have a sip of my hot chocolate. I'm going to zip the fly net up. In fact, I'll bring you in so you can see what I'm talking about. Flip the camera back around. And what I'll do is I'll zip up the fly net like this. Keeps the bugs out. That's what I love about this tent. We've got the 2 doors. And that way I can still see outside. Let me put the torch on. That's what it looks like for you guys, but I can see straight out. Just like that. Watch the fire die off. And then I'm going to fall asleep to some Grand Tour. Then I'll catch back with you all in the morning. As I shall say, good night for now. Hope you've all enjoyed the video. And I'll see you in the morning. We can pack up together and head out back to the car. Good night. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please subscribe, like, share, all the usual. Good morning, everyone. Hope you all had a good sleep last night. Oh, I slept like a baby. It's currently 6:30 AM. I didn't quite make the 5 o'clock sunrise as I was hoping for. Doesn't look like it's rained last night. The bottom half of my tent looks like it's kind of dry, so just a little bit of rainwater left on the tarp. Nothing crazy though. Super warm and comfortable. My 3-season sleeping bag did more than a good job. As you can see, it's bright out there. It still looks cloudy, but it feels like the sun's going to be out again. Don't want to get up, to be honest with you. Feel like I just lay here for another half an hour, which I probably will do, to be honest with you. I just thought I'd get up and say good morning, have a stretch. But yeah, I hope you all slept well. Always takes me 10 minutes in the morning to wake up fully. I think I was having some crazy dreams last night. Can't remember what I was dreaming about now, but I know I woke up at some point just thinking, what the hell was that about? Let me flip the camera around and show you outside. I did actually sleep just with the mesh door up. Obviously there's a second door, but didn't need it. It was just nice watching the fire. That fire burning away. So the plan now anyway is to So you wake up for half an hour, probably watch a little bit of the news or something, see what's been going on. I had such a good sleep. It's one of those sleeps where you just want to go back to sleep and go back to the way you were. Oh. Right, well, let me bring you back when I'm a bit more awake. We'll get up, make a hot chocolate, and start packing this stuff away. I'm not in any particular rush this morning, so just take a nice easy pace. I definitely need to get some of the water off this tarp before I pack it away. That's probably the worst thing about camping in the rain, is when you get back home, having to air out all your equipment so it's dry properly, because you don't want to pack away mouldy equipment. The next time you unwrap it, it just stinks and there's bloody all sorts of crap growing on it. So that's my top tip for rainy camping. Make sure you dry your equipment properly when you get home. But yeah, let me bring you back shortly when I'm a bit more up and awake. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm finally up, starting to get organised. Tent bag, tarp bag, chair bag, floor mat bag. I've packed away my sleeping bag already. Next thing on my list is pack away this silver floor mat, and then I'll get out there and you can watch me pack everything else away. So this is the part that most people hate, including myself, when you go camping. It's packing everything away again. Especially after you've been in a comfy sleep all night. It's like, oh, gotta get up and do this now. But needs must. Needs must. Well, you can't really see what I'm doing here, but I'll show you in a second. Basically, all I've done is just fold up my foil mat. Now we can go through the struggle, trying to stuff it back into its sack. You're not supposed to fold it like this, but it just takes up a little bit less space in the actual rucksack. I do something similar with my tent, just to make it slightly smaller than the actual stuff sack itself. The damp has got into the stuff sack after the rain yesterday. I must have left it out for a little bit too long. Not too hard though. One good thing about these floor mats is they are waterproof, so it doesn't really matter if there's a bit of moisture on the outside of your bag. There we go. That will do the trick nicely. Put that outside for now. A little bit of dampness on my jacket, we can't solve with a bit of fresh air. Phone charger. Most important, well, one of the most important pieces of kit. So, how did you all sleep last night? You all have sweet dreams? Tell me about it in the comments. Levi, if you're out there watching, good morning my little man. Hope you slept well too. This pillow down. One thing with these pillows I recommend is you don't inflate them to the max. Leave some looseness in there, otherwise you're just sleeping on a brick. And nobody wants to sleep on a brick. I had to adjust it last night. It's comfy at first when you first lay on it, but then it's like, where's the soft spot? So yeah. But let me pause this video, bring you back when I've packed up the inside, and then we'll get outside. Alright, floor mats and some of the accessories are all packed away. Time to get the trendy hiking boots laced up. I am joking, by the way. There's one thing I think that never looks kind of trendy, is your hiking boots. You always look like you're out hiking. I think you can get the trail runners, the trainers, but I think they look even worse. These are waterproof, do the job, comfortable. If it was just a dry day, I'd just wear my trainers. But seeing as we had rain yesterday, I thought I'll wear these boots. Keep myself safe and dry. Get all this stuff out of the tent. Car key, don't want to lose that. Well, here we are, people. Get all this stuff out of here. Get a little bit more organised. One thing I recommend is you zip up your door for next time, because you don't want all the bugs getting in when you're setting your tent up. fresh air. Right, let's get this tarp put away. Get these pegs off. Sun's just peeking its head through the trees. Now I like to fold the wet side in when it comes to the top. Stick it on the washing line at home when we get back. Make sure it dries properly. I say wet side in, but the whole thing's wet, so it doesn't really make much difference. Somehow I got my foot caught in a noose. all that air out. Makes it a lot easier to pack back into its stuff sack. All the bugs are out this morning. Oh. Tarp put away. Like I always say as well, people complain about these pegs. They're perfectly fine, honestly. They might not be as lightweight and pro, but they do the job. Don't need to spend more than you need to spend. Unhook these catches. Take out the 4 pegs. Half the tent done. You're wondering why I put my hood up looking all crazily. Just because the midges are out this morning. It saves them attacking the back of my neck. I packed away my deep cream in there somewhere and I can't remember where, so it saves me messing around looking for that. Poles done. 2 more pegs from the front. some people don't like packing away tents. It's really not that difficult. It's one of the reasons why I like the ground mat. Or using the ground mat. It's a nice dry patch on the floor to work with. It just shows you how wet it was last night as well, the colour difference. Packing away a tent is really not that hard. It's more about the preparation, making sure everything's symmetrical. And tucked in. The more symmetrical you have it, the easier it is to hold it away. We're almost there, people. Like I say, I will have to take this out and dry it off properly at home. You don't want your tent going mouldy. And as far as this stage goes, just got to keep it as tight as you can. There we go. I'm sorry about that, people. I'm back. Piece of advice: when you're recording on your phone, keep an eye on the battery because it drains so fast. It just died on me while I was trying to pack all the stuff away. So I left it on charge for 5 minutes, 10 minutes while I was packing this away. But I'm ready to go. We're ready to go. So let's get the gear on. Let's get out of here. Does have a chest strap on the bag, but I find that I don't really need it. Trusty bottle of water. Let's go. Alright people, well, I'm packed up, bags on. Let's get back down to the car. If you remember last night we heard a car alarm, so let's find out if it was my car alarm. So let's head out back on the hike down the trail. Such a beautiful morning. It's quiet, to be honest with you. Take this charging cable out, make life a little bit easier for us all. Just had to adjust a few things, but ready to go. Well, that was adventure number 3. Hope that kept you all entertained as much as it did for me. Just seeing as it was raining last night, I had to try not to slip to my death on the way down. Sorry about that, people. Just had to pause the video while we went past a few other hikers. Oh, the breeze feels so good. Fresh air. Hopefully my car's still in one piece. Let's hope we don't go back to some smashed windows. It's the last thing we want. Flip it round so you can see the view. Let's make our way down. I know that some people like the walkout video, some people are not really interested, but try to cater for everybody. It's always nicer having your backpack a little bit lighter in the morning. take this charger out of my pocket. Try and wedge it into my front pocket. Because it's weighing my bloody joggers down. Then I get to the bottom with my jeans or my joggers down by my ankles. Just readjust. Appropriate for society. Right, let's go. Say goodbye to the woodlands. Back to reality. Like I was saying last night, I've got my first family custody case in 2 days. So wish me luck, people. There's nothing worse than going through a bit of separation. It'd be so much nicer if everyone could just agree and be amicable. Amicable is the word I'm looking for. Tongue twisted there. It's too early. Too early for big words. It is one annoying thing shooting videos. Every time you go past people, having to stop your recording, start again. But ah well, such is life. Such is life. Can't say I'm looking forward to the drive home. Hopefully traffic shouldn't be too bad. Well, fingers crossed it. We're going back into Manchester. Right people, I'll bring you back when I get to the car. See you shortly. Well, we made it, people. Back to the car. Still in one piece. All my belongings are still in here. So, if you made it to the end of my video, adventure number 3, big thumbs up to you. Like, subscribe, share. I would appreciate it. Let's get these subscribers up. That 1,000 subscriber goal, 1K goal. We can do it, people. We're like almost halfway there now. So I'll catch you on the next adventure. I'm going to drive home, get a nice shower, get something to eat, and crack on with the rest of my day. So I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.